Peace and love, y'all. All right, here we are. We're ready to go. Already cleared the energy, cleared the space. So you guys may have some crow call messages up in here. So urgent messages. That's what crow call messages are. Urgent messages from your spirit guides, from your ancestors. All right. As well as an energy check-in. All right. So we're gonna see what's going on for you guys this next upcoming week. What's affecting your energy, what you can do to enhance your energy, to continue along your path in your spiritual journey. Yes, I will be pulling some money messages as well today, and a little bit of love messages too. Let's see what the heck is going on right now. Because that's a lot. All right. The jealous eye and narcissistic guru came up in your energy. This is a timeless reading, so whether you're watching me live stream or on the replay, all right, you came when you needed to, all right. So evil eye could be a problem in the next 7 days. So making sure that you are cleansing, you're doing protection work, you are, some of you are heard, you may need to do divination on the source of evil eye or jealous energies, so that way you'll be able to counteract that energy. Like, for example, I believe it was not the last reading that I did for you guys, but the one before last, where I mentioned spiritual insurance, right? Where you spiritually protect yourself just in case, not because you want something bad to happen or just because you're expecting something bad to happen, but just in case you have those protection wards, just in case, you know, you have that the measure of protection in regards to your projects, to your finances, to your mission statement, to your goal, to your aspirations, and things of that nature, right? So there's something here in regards to the evil eye, all right? Your spiritual energy is growing. So when I pick that up, I kind of feel like there's expansion, right? So something that you're doing is making your energy vavoom. So there's some sort of expansion, some sort of growth. This could be personal growth, this could be spiritual growth. It doesn't really matter where the growth is coming from, right? The growth is also attracting a lot of eyes. And the eyes that is attracting is people that are going to envy you because of that growth. You know, because of whatever you're trying to work on. So this next upcoming week, you would have to reinforce, right, your protection for the evil eye. You have some energy here in regards to the narcissistic guru, all right? So be careful with some certain shadow attributes or shadow traits. This could be either you within yourself or someone else that you're dealing with, right? So there's some shadow attributes that can create some sort of narcissistic characteristics. This is what I'm seeing. So pay attention to that. For those of you, you should already know, you should have your notebook out. You should already know. You should have your notebook out, all right? I'm seeing this energy of like you saying what you need to say this next upcoming week, you opening up about something, you telling it how it is. You're no longer holding back. But then like somebody kind of takes it personal, but they take it personal, but to like the max degree level. And so like there's something there in regards to that person that then overreacts over the top is the one that's the identifier this next upcoming week, that's the person that's blocking you. So moment of silence for that. Okay. With the confirmations and the listen. All right, hold on. We have a spiritual ally. Let me go. Okay. All right. We got a spiritual ally. So you guys have been under protection nonstop for like over 2 months now. So y'all good. Like, I don't think it's like the protection work necessarily. I think it's more so like, they're saying restriction and they're saying access. Like, not everybody's supposed to know things. Not everybody's supposed to like, only certain people get access. Like I heard only a certain amount of people can put their hand in the pot. And then I also heard not everybody can have access to you. And then I also heard not everybody can have access to what is for you and addressed to you, meaning any documentation, anything that is printed on paper that has your name on it is yours. It's not for anybody else. So there's this energy of like, if you try to share something that has your name on it, it like the evil eye will taint it somehow. Okay. We'll get into that. We'll get into that because I'm just like they're telling me things, but like I'm trying to also register like how the fuck would that happen if you saying that like they're protected? You get what I'm saying? So like I'm trying to figure out like what they're saying about that. Hold on. We'll get into it. All right, we have the sickle. What's going on here? So there's something that needs to be cut out. We have the key, 33. Angel number 33 is significant. There is a message in regards to something being removed. Something needs to be erased, deleted. Someone needs to be excluded. Something needs to be separated. Because now I'm seeing like, you know how you rip a paper out of a book. Okay, I'm seeing this energy. You're being guided to do something in regards to paper, journals, books, petitions, writing things, reading things, reorganizing things, and somehow you're gonna like open something, like you're gonna discover this upon doing this. So it looks like you're if I would say like mundane things next 7 days, that kind of looks like you're organizing something. You haven't really seen all these things in a while. It's like a whole bunch of different things, and you kind of look through it, and then you find something that you wrote a long time ago, or that you know you were supposed to do, whether it was like a to-do list, a petition, something. And then you start separating the things that you want to keep and the things that need to go and the things that you don't need anymore. Okay. We have the garden, and that's going to change your environment with the snake. So it's gonna show you. It's like as you clean physical house, as you organize something in the next 7 days for you. I don't know if it's like your like what you're thinking about. You know, maybe you've been overthinking about certain things. Maybe you've been thinking about the wrong things. Okay. Maybe you've been emotionally invested in the wrong things. Maybe you've been financially investing in the wrong direction, or something of that nature, something like that. And so, clearing up some sort of clutter, removing something from your space, clearing something from your space is going to help you to, because I feel like that's also because I was trying to clarify what was going on with the protection. And so, like, you getting rid of things right now is a form of protection. Things being removed is a form of protection. Like, and I'm, my nose is itching. So, like, there's there's a reason why certain things kind of feel like it's not complete. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, think about it. You're tearing this. You're tearing a page from a book. You're tearing a page from a book. Then you're not seeing the whole thing. There's something that you don't get to see to its completion, but it doesn't matter. Okay, but it also leads you to like recognize what was hidden with the snake energy. That's crazy. All right, let's see. You guys are getting some major confirmations with the crows right now. Some major confirmations. Y'all better pay attention. Pay attention, y'all. Okay, so I got the crow tarot. All right, I said I was gonna get it. We got it. Here it is. And I want to look into what the heck is going on here with this narcissistic guru. All right, this is somebody that is blocking your growth. They demand admiration. They claim to be enlightened. However, there's something here that this person feeds on some sort of ego attributes. All right. What is this? Somebody resents your light. The hangman. The hangman to me in this context is the crow. What is that called? They are like clenched onto the branches, perched. Okay, they're perched onto the branches. And so Crowllies, this deck is you. So I know when I pull from this deck, I know that this is just you. This don't have nothing to do with anybody else. So I'm talking about your energy when I'm talking with this deck. So you are perched somewhere. It appears to everyone else, and even from time to time to yourself, that you may be stuck, or your hands may be tied, or there is no other way to look at something. But it is because you decide, you're deciding to sit in this hangman position. You're deciding to sit in the position and in the perspective, the perception, in the mindset in which you are navigating through life right now. Okay. And in lieu of that, because of that mindset, because of where you are spiritually and your spiritual perception of where you are right now, you're sandwiched between narcissistic guru type of energies and energies that often send you the evil eye. Okay. And so within that, the bottom of the deck, you're losing sleep, you're losing energy. All right. You're constantly under stress and distress and sleepless nights. Okay. And so the Nine of Swords, Crowllies, it lets me know that you guys like are becoming night owls. You know, you crows are out during the day, not during the night. You'd rarely see a crow at night. Rarely. Rarely. Okay? Unless they really wanted you to see them. Okay? And so there's this energy of, in the position that you're in right now, this week's energy, right? You're so stressed out. Yeah, confirmation. You're so stressed out that you don't want to be seen. All right. We have the Ten of Cups here underneath the deck. You don't want people to see that you're happy. You don't want people to see you smile. You don't want people to see you emotionally fulfilled or to know what emotionally fulfills you, because there is this deep-seated perception of almost everybody is in their shadow attribute and everybody is operating under their ego. So who can I trust, and who is actually sending me, envious energies or ill intentions, right? Let me go ahead and clarify what's going on here with that narcissistic guru and how it's impacting you, that energy. That's the energy that's blocking your growth, by the way. I'm going to keep saying certain terms so that way, you remember where we are in the reading. All right. Okay, so you have the Six of Wands here. So you're someone that in life, spiritually, you're supposed to have a lot of accolades. You're supposed to have a lot of awards, be recognized for things. People should definitely have your name in their mouth all the time. Yeah, definitely, for sure. But not for negative reasons, if you get what I'm saying, right? And so whenever you realize that, like, you start to feel like you're not getting rest, that's because your energy is being called in locations and environments that you're not present in. So think of yourself as think of yourself as Wi-Fi. Think of yourself as Wi-Fi. You're chilling, whatever, and you only have a certain amount of data for yourself and for the world, right? Makes sense, right? This is a great analogy. I like this one, right? And you're chilling, you're resting. This is your time, your energy, but you're feeling your data, your energy is running up and running up and running up, and you're so tired and you're so depleted, and you're like, now you're lagging, you're getting slower, right? With this personal growth that is being blocked, right? Does that make sense now, you guys? Right? This narcissistic guru is going to be real for you. For some of you guys, it's different people. For some of you, it's like just energies that individuals do not want to take accountability for. So that you have the people that are the self-help people, you have the people that are the healers and the motivators, you have the people that are, the creatives, you have the people that, express their art through music or, actual paintings and stuff like that. But there's always some sort of teaching experience that happens, right? And then you have the people that will make it all about them, about how things didn't go their way, and how like they like to redirect the conversation about them. This is like that. Are you finished? Okay. Anyway, so like what I was saying was, right, this is like that very rude, obnoxious, self-centered, um, not so understanding, compassioning, or considerate type is what you're dealing with. We have the 6 of coins here. So it's like now the crows are saying is like, all right, well, you're supposed to have really big fish. All right. And so what does the fish mean, y'all? What does the fish in the Lenormand mean? What does the fish in this deck mean? Remember this deck? The fish means money. The fish means finances, abundance, prosperity, like possessions, capital. You're supposed to have really big fish. It's supposed to be real fishy, like, but in the best way possible. You get what I'm saying? However, you constantly having to sit there and try to figure out how to divvy up your fish among the rest, right, is not going to allow you to nourish yourself in your energy. The Queen of Swords is here. It's time to make a chopping block decision. And that's the guidance. Whatever is blocking you, whomever is blocking you in the next 7 days must get cut off. Because after this energy, the next upcoming week, you're going to be in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to be getting paid. You're going to be making financial moves. All right. You're going to be, possibly investing, budgeting, money managing, looking at your resources, making sure that the house debt is good. You're focused more so lifestyle, livelihood, energy. Okay. Very much, going out, getting the coin and working. Right. But you can't do that if you don't have the energy, if you're not clear on where you're going, on what you're going to do next. Okay. And I feel like whatever that narcissistic guru energy is, that's kind of like messing with you, kind of feels like self-imposter syndrome a little bit. It feels like self-imposter syndrome. It feels like you've been dealing with the evil eye, and the evil eye may taint certain things. You get discouraged, and then you get self-imposter syndrome. Right? And what you're working on is being able to empower yourself when you feel disempowered. Encourage yourself when you lack the courage, to motivate yourself when you might not have people to motivate you or support you, right? So it's like someone could be struggling with going from working under someone, to being their own boss, to being the leader, to being the manager, to being, of a higher authority. There's an authority complex that someone has within themselves, that like they have these leadership qualities and abilities, but they criticize themselves and they feel that they're not good enough, that they need something more. There's always something more that somebody needs to be able to be more perfect. All right, so there could even be like a perfectionism thing, but this is a perspective. This is you, Crowley. You're looking at things like this, right? All right, you're looking at things that way, and people are looking at you like, oh wow, look at that Crowley over there. They're hanging upside down. They're doing that for a really long time. I can't believe they're holding on that long. I can't. Wow, and they're still going. Like, How are they doing that? Hanging upside down like that. And you're sitting there looking at life like, wow, I'm not good enough. I'm not talented enough. I don't like I there's something that like, oh, I don't have this degree, I don't have this certificate, I don't have this type of job, I don't have this qualification, I'm not living that lifestyle just yet, or I don't have that whatever the heck this thing is. But people are looking at you, and this is why they're sending you the evil eye. Because they like you're doing this really cool thing. And you're like, I guess it's cool. Like you're like, I guess, like I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna fly off from here because if I let go, I'm gonna hit myself in the head. And I'm kind of nervous because I do want to fly off, right? So there's a situation that you're wanting to fly, but you're afraid of the fall. You gotta fall to fly. You gotta fall to fly. Next 3 days, you gotta fall to fly. You gotta let something go. I don't know what this is. All right, I don't know what this is. I also got the Alice in the Wonderland deck. Yes. Next 7 days, give them some more insight. Next 7 days. You guys let me know, like, when I shifted the readings, when I changed the readings from just like crow calls to like crowlectives and stuff like that to these new energy readings, have these readings or energetic I don't even know really what to call them because like we're enhancing your intuition basically. Like we're going day to day so that way you can discover the people that are in your life from like a spiritual context, right? Versus you just like, oh, that's just Bob, the person I work with. He's just security at my job, but like in reality, Bob could be like, I don't know, a business partner or something of yours from a past life. And like, and now in this life, he's supposed to give you $20 for a random reason because he owed you some money in the past life. And then like Bob randomly gives you a gift or some shit at work, and you're like, oh my God, that's really weird. Like, but that's why it happens. So like when you look at it as an energy reading, it'll let you know like, okay, this person has this type of karma with you, and this is why they're doing this thing, or this is why this relationship popped up out of nowhere, and this is why you felt the need to give this person this, or you felt the need to talk to this person this day, or this person and in the store or something like that, you and them locked eyes and you had a small conversation or something like that. All of that is significant. Everybody thinks that all that shit is random. These things are not random. These things are not random. They're never random. If our spiritual team can send animals to us and give us signs through angel numbers, and we can read candle flames and candle wax, and we can read shells and tarot, and I can freaking read the sky and read based off of how the animals are maneuvering and stuff, how the energy is going to shift within the couple days within my zip code area. You get what I'm saying? So like that being said, you're going to be able to master how to lean further into your own intuition and be able to recognize your people, your actual soul tribe, the people that be like, okay, I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to help you. Like, oh, you have this business idea. Okay, cool. I also have something similar. Like you want to meet up, want to do a convention together. You want to partner together. It doesn't mean that we both have to have a business together. It just means that we're just going to work together to boost each other. That's the energy that you're shifting into. But in order for you to do that, there's a notification, ding dong. That means that you have to be able to let go of the people that don't want to do that. The people that don't like, they'll drag their feet to do the things that you want to do. Okay? We have such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. Are you really ready to come home to your soul, to yourself, to your soul tribe, to the people that, have the same mentality as you, that think like you, that understand you, that try to understand you? Then we have law is not justice. Okay. And it's funny because we did have the scales, and this is the scales with the fact that you have the big fish. Okay. The big fish and the scales came out twice. And it's not justice. Rules that are not fair. This is why people give you the evil eye. Oh, it's not fair. Oh, why did they get paid? Or why do they get that much money? Or why do they get to have that type of lifestyle? Why do they get those particular spiritual gifts? Why were they able to get married at this time or this age? Or why, there's a whole bunch of different reasons why they will go ahead and do that, because that's the energy of lack. They're in the energy of lack. Anybody sending evil eyes in the energy of lack, they don't believe in themselves, period. But you can see way more than just abundance and just what you can do to feed your pockets. You see way more beyond that. You want to experience life for what it is. You want to experience adventure. You want to travel. You want to be able to wake up in the morning and not have to worry when you're going to wake up or how much you're going to pay for something. You just want to go and do and be and flow and be happy and have people not give you headaches around you. Then we have you are rare and free, period. You're rare and free. And I love the fact that this kind of blends in with the background that I have with the wall tapestry too. That's cute as fuck. So there's something here about like that blue. You see that vibrant blue is coming out? Blue is good for justice work too. Blue candles. All right. I will be launching soon, within the next week or so, my blue spiritual ocean bath. Okay. So for those of you that need it, it's good for evil eye protection, rejuvenation of energetic leeches. Like if you've been experiencing energetic leaks, it fills your energy. I also have a spiritual rejuvenation bath, but that one's more on the end of destroying any toxic cords. Okay. So that's like if somebody's trying to attach themselves to you, if past energy is still there's lack of closure, there's some things that are unhealed, things that you can't necessarily force on other people because they can't get it together, but you could still go ahead and remove that energy from you. That's that bath. This bath is a little bit different. This is more very heavily on cleansing and evil eye protection. So you guys may need that. All right. And then we have wake up. It's your moment. Yeah. So this is an imposter syndrome. This is like for you to slow down, for you to get nervous. So pay attention to the repeat pattern that happens when evil eye like occurs and it starts to hinder you. You know, and I'm not talking about like what you would physically see, because physically you would see, if you have evil eye jewelry, the evil eye jewelry will get loose, it will twist, it will get stuck on things, it will snap, it will break, it will fall off, you wouldn't even know it fell off of you. You could there are some times where you have evil eye bracelets, even the string ones, where people will be like, oh yeah, when you take showers and stuff like that, it gets loose and stuff. If you tie it and you knot it 3 times and you're good, and then you slowly start seeing that like it starts to unravel within the first 2 to 3 days of you taking that spiritual bath, that evil eye bracelet or that evil eye jewelry is taking the hit for you. So it's not affecting your finances, it's not affecting, you know, your decisions, it's not affecting your love life, it's not affecting your physical health or anything like that. You get what I'm, it's affecting that piece of jewelry. So don't hang on to the piece of fucking jewelry. Do you get what I'm saying? So like some of you guys, and I've done this before in the past, like I'll be like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna twist it up again, or I'm just gonna hold on to the beads and I'm gonna like restrain it up somehow later. Like, no, because that's what the energy wants you to do, to hold on to it. Get rid of that shit. All right. Some of you guys, you know, there like there's ways for you to enchant bracelets. You give it its purpose and its intention. And every, you know, every month, every couple weeks, even, you know, just depending on like how it feels, you feel a little weird, hang it on there. That's it. That's all you got to do. Walk away, 15 minutes, grab it again, bam, you feel it, it feels lighter. You can feel the weight. You can feel the energy shift. Okay? All right? So it's always good to have selenite. Like that's something that's like the forever charger of crystals. Okay? And when you, even when you like feel weird, you don't have a bath, you can, if you have selenite, just grab the selenite, sit it on your head. I don't know, there could be blockages. I just don't understand. My spiritual team keeps sending these numbers, keep seeing this animal. I don't know what's going on, or I can't, for some reason I can't figure out an answer. I can't figure out the answer. I need the answer to something. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do next, and hold it there and meditate. You don't get the answer right then and there, that's fine. Keep doing that. Every couple days. Keep doing that. Every couple days, the answer is gonna find you. And it's going to be so fast versus you sitting in the bubble of confusion of this imposter syndrome, because it is a symptom. There we go. And it is also affecting your throat chakra too. It is a symptom of the evil eye, and the evil eye affecting you is a spiritual effect. Okay. So the spiritual effect then puts you into this fake facade shadow that you do not have, a shadow attribute that you don't, they're saying you don't have this shadow attribute. Like you're not a narcissist, but then you become a narcissist through this self-imposter syndrome. So then you start to attract these narcissistic energies, right? Because we attract what we are mirroring out, right? What is within us, that's what we're attracting. So the imposter syndrome, the evil eye, is triggering a spiritual effect of imposter syndrome that is now attracting narcissistic energies to you. And you're trying to figure out why things are not working. Because you're not there. The protection that you need to focus on now is protection from evil eye and protection from narcissistic people, protection from self-centered people. Okay? That's the wake up. This is your moment. And then I also saw, this was like maybe 3-4 days ago. I saw a crow mom and a crow baby together flying. So again, guidance, being guided. Let's see what else. I'm going to go to the money messages now for you guys. I don't want to get too deep into the energies because you guys are still learning. Angel number 1515. Financial mastery begins now. Oh shit, I like it. What you doing? Whatever it is financial mastery. You're mastering it. So this is not you making the same mistakes over and over again. Not this week. No, honey. Okay? You're putting systems in place. Daily awareness. Maybe you're being aware How much money do I have? How much money is coming in? What do I need to pay? Is it paid off? There's something about the waxing moon. Charge your journal during the waxing moon. The waxing moon is when the moon gets bigger. Okay. So the waxing moon is after the new moon. So it's the new moon and then it starts to wax, grow, right? And then there's the full moon and then it starts to wane, go away. All right. So you have a journal or something like that. We're talking about money. So if you have a money journal, a budget journal, a financial goal, a notebook, a scripting journal, a manifestation, a money spell book or something like that, right? Charge that during the waxing moon. So not during the new moon, a couple days after the new moon, when it starts to grow, when you start to see the moon again and it starts to grow. And they're also saying that you need to continue to track your income each day. Confirmation. So your daily balance is very significant. Paying attention to your daily balance, making sure that it doesn't go below, making sure that you're staying on budget and staying on task. But like I said, you're in this energy of financial mastery. So this is what you're mastering this week. Anything else? Elected amongst those selected to be blessed times 3, now in front of all to see. Wow, y'all. That is the most fire message. And the crazy thing is that you have been someone that have been elected in your family to communicate with everybody else can't. To say things that nobody else dared to say. To question things that nobody else dared to question. Okay? And now it's like this energy, that's what it's trying to block. This blessing, this triple blessing. You have a spiritual deposit and it's on its way. Being prosperous, see, having good fortune, being gracious. You're someone that gives. You have a big fish, I'm gonna share. I have money. It's my treat. I'll go. I'll take you. You know, I'll buy it for you. You can pay me back. I got you this gift. I was thinking of you. You know, like things of like that nature. Like, oh, you're going through a hard time. Well, you know, I can help you, right? That's who you are. But you are also someone that in this life you were chosen to speak about the inequalities that you have experienced in life. And people send evil eye to that too. Like when you start talking and you start like holding people accountable for what they did. So like you'd be like, oh, remember that time that you did this and this and that, and that's why I changed. And then that person will be like, oh, well, oh, what are you talking about? I don't know why you. And then like they'll flip it all the way around and be like, oh, but you remember all the stuff that you were doing, right? You did stuff too. And you're like, yeah, that's very narcissistic of you to think of yourself and why I had to leave something that was definitely toxic. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, definitely. It was. You had a terrible experience, didn't you? It was a terrible experience to have me present in your life, wasn't it? right? They try to make you the bad guy, right? But in the energy of finances, what does that look like? In the energy of finances, then that looks like, people, they want to be all up in your energy. They want to experience everything with you, but then at the same time, they want to sit there and talk shit about how you got there, or talk shit about how long it's taking you to get there, or criticize every little thing, but they weren't the one that spent the sleepless nights. You get what I'm saying? Right? So with the Queen of Swords, be selective. This is be selective on who gets a cut of the fish. Be selective. Think about who gave you a piece of fish when you was starving. Remember, Crowllies, we feast on anything that is decaying. All right? Meaning, a lot of our lifetime is going to be ego death after ego death after ego death after ego death, whether it is our own or whether we're the catalyst of creating ego deaths for other people. And that's why people don't fuck with us. People don't fuck with us because when we come around, things have to change. When we come around, either you stop something completely, cease and desist, and continue to be somebody completely different and evolve, transformation, because that's what a crow also means, right? Either there's a rebirth around with us or there is no us. And that's what makes people scared in the energy of your power. Okay. There's a spiritual deposit that's on its way specifically for you. And they're saying, once you start cutting this in the different directions that's not for you, that's when you start to lose. When you start cutting it appropriately, proportionately where it needs to go, that's when it's going to multiply. All right. That's where you're going to see that prosperity. So you're only supposed to give to certain types of people and energies and frequencies. Okay. And that's what they're saying here. Let me see what they got for you in regards to love. They're saying use your intuition, y'all. Message in regards to love. Twin flame lesson. All right. Some of you guys are dealing with a twin flame. You're trying to understand both masculine and feminine energies within yourself and within them. You're trying to master the connection for the both of you. You're moving through the spiritual journey, and also there's a spiritual awakening taking place in regards to the Crowllies that are experiencing a twin flame lesson. All right. I also see that you have soul ties with somebody, all right, that you're dealing with romantically. You have soul ties with them. So they're in your life for a reason, the person that you're dealing with from a romantic. Then we have hidden intentions here. Hold on. Healing soulmates, and we have resolve. Something's going to be resolved. So this week I talked to you about that blue energy. So working on the throat chakra, really working on, journaling, just talking, just being authentic with yourself, doing the things that feel like you. Okay. Not because somebody else wants you to do it, but because you feel like doing it. There is something that's going to be resolved from a romantic perspective. We have healing soulmates here as well on the bottom of the deck. I will say with this hidden intentions, someone may want to keep a connection going with you on a romantic side, all right, from a romantic perspective, but they may approach you like they want to be a friend, okay? So someone misses you. These are your love messages. Someone misses you. and they have hidden intentions on the reason why they're either the reason why their energy is showing up, whether it be energetically, you just sense it, you feel it, or whether they physically show up in your reality. Okay, everybody's gonna be different. Um, this is why it's showing up, right? It's showing up because this person's missing you. And they also miss like this friendship bond. So that means that you either were very close, um, shared some sort of intimacy. Intimacy is a little bit different than a sexual connection. Intimacy means like very vulnerable moments, shared very vulnerable times together, right? So there's vulnerability there. So that means there's intimacy. And so you may have had some sort of friendship with this person, or some sort of intimacy with them, right? This person misses you and the friendship that the both of you had. Um, and if their energy does appear, and if they do in the physical show up, right? Their intentions are the ones that they're hiding anyway, is that they want to be friends with you. They want to keep the friendship, okay? Um, but they might not say that, okay? And then we have resolve here, so that there could be somebody that's trying to resolve an issue. They're trying to heal something. And this could be a situation where, like, you got involved with someone romantically and it didn't necessarily work out the way you wanted to, or perhaps someone started to develop romantic emotions, okay? And again, like I said, it could have been one sided or something like that, didn't work out. And so there's a reason for the separation, right? Whatever that may be for you guys. Remember, Crowllies, everybody got their own nest. I'm reading for the community, but everybody got their own nest. So remember your situation in your nest. You know what happens in your house, all right? But for some of you, it was you know, a romantic flame. We have well-being, and then we have your karmic partner came out. Your karmic partner wants to resolve something, and you feel the need to release the energy. There's a release of energy coming in. We have long-term relationship, divine feminine. They closed it. So you're trying to resolve things. Some of you guys already are in a long-term relationship. Some of you guys are shooting for a long-term relationship. This person may end up stop trying to chase you romantically and want to keep a long-term relationship with you as a friend. Okay. I heard bite. I'm a bite the bullet. I'm gonna bite the bullet. All right, ask a yes or no question. Everybody think yes or no. And then I'm out of here. You give your yes or no for the week. Everybody thought that their yes or no question. And I do have spiritual book club going on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. I'll see you guys there. You better make sure that you RSVP on the website, because if you don't, you won't get the private video chat link. All right. You know what they said? Wait. No. No, wait. Reconsider and trust the process. The situation will improve, my love. It shall improve. All right. Stay positive. Don't get pessimistic. Like I said, don't sit there and create a reality that's not yours. Don't stop. This is not a slow down and completely stop. This is a let's take our one step at a time. Let's pace ourselves. This is a let's pace ourselves situation. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you. Peace.